Traveling really makes you want to drink, don't it? For more Brewsday Tuesday from the road, here's DreZ.
Brewsday Tuesday from the road. Indeed, it is yours truly, DreZ, live and loud on location. We are at Backroom Brewing Company. Just talked with the owner herself, Billy, but she had to split. I guess her sister was coming to town, and so she has house guests, so she had to go. So sorry, you're stuck with BB now, my next guest.
I've been drafted in.
So BB, obviously my partner in crime on this endeavor that we're going on, this 5-week RV trip, which will be interesting. We'll get into that first. First things first, though, we are still at Backroom Brewing. So I went and got, I have another flight, a fresh flight, which I grabbed. So they have these flight boards and there's just like initials. So BB took a picture of the board. This is the CL. So was it like cilantro and lime? Okay, cilantro and lime. I guess Pilsner. Wheat ale. Okay, wheat ale. So we'll give this one a shot. And then you have one that should be pretty interesting.
Yeah, this is the one that stood out to me. With my taste being on the more sour variety. This is a pineapple sage blonde. So not quite a gose or a sour, but still a little bit fruity and very tasty.
That's the thing. They definitely have, as we were talking, lots of different styles. And I mean, honestly, might as well go ahead and well, I can't look at it without screwing up the photo. But what are the other ones on this flight here? One of them is a Dunkel. I got the Dunkel.
So we got Dunkel. We have Mr. Pat's Abbey Ale, which we think is a Belgian.
She said something about caramelized raisins or something.
Yeah, banana-y taste.
We'll give that one a shot. That one should be interesting. Oh, there we go. Go ahead, just throw that to the side. There you go. We're trying the video this round. We'll see if it pans out or not. I don't know. But and then the last one was something, a rosemary orange wheat or something.
Last one is a rosemary orange amber ale. And that's a 7%, by the way. Yeah. A lot of these beers are.
The double was a 7% as well.
Yeah, bigger than what you'd think. Even mine is a 6%.
They didn't have. I was looking on their website and I saw that there were some that were big beers. Like they had strong ales that were like 10% stuff. None of those were on tap that I saw. Otherwise, I definitely would have grabbed those. But I guess
I think they're down at the their original tasting room, which she says has 30 taps.
Yeah. As soon as we wrap up the segment with Billy, she mentions that the tasting room actually has 30 some taps in it, and I was like, oh my gosh, because they just got tons of different beers, which is pretty impressive to have that quite a variety. But
that's not always open, she was saying. So unfortunately it wasn't open today.
Yeah, not for us either way. So we are on this RV trip, and pretty early on, obviously, at this point, but we're already at each other's throats. I'm already driving you crazy, right? It's working out the kinks and trying to figure this stuff out remotely or whatever. But you're going to be working from the road as well.
Yes, I am.
How are you feeling about that?
I feel as long as there is Wi-Fi or cellular service, everything will be just peachy. But yeah. I am worried about those kind of dead spots that we definitely encountered in our last trip. That there was some areas where you just wouldn't have cell service for hours. So
we definitely have. We need Wi-Fi. I mean, we both need Wi-Fi to work. I need to be able to connect to the studio to do my show. You need obviously Wi-Fi and stuff to,
connect to my spreadsheets.
Emails. Well, yeah, and
emails,
calls and stuff. So
yeah,
so that's key. So for those that don't know, we have a T-Mobile hotspot kind of a deal. I have Verizon with unlimited data. You have AT&T with unlimited data. So we figure with those three, we should be pretty well covered internet-wise. We'll see. I mean, on our first RV trip, we went to some very remote locations, but we're not doing anything too crazy. So this trip, we're heading up north. We're going to hit like the Northeast and whatnot. And I feel like, we're not going to get too far from civilization. So I feel like we should have at least one of those carriers will be working for us, and we should be good.
Well, I don't know. Have you ever been up that far north? I think the furthest I've been is Maine, Connecticut. So who knows? Oh, no, I know. Actually, I've been to Massachusetts, but past that, it's like could be anything up there.
I've been to Massachusetts. Which one's further north, Massachusetts or New Hampshire?
New Hampshire.
Okay, so that's the furthest north I've been, and then New England, in that region, I guess. I mean, we've been to Canada, but that far north in the U.S. on that side, that would be the furthest I've been.
Okay.
So when we're basically hitting all those states. We're New Hampshire, New England, all the news. New Hampshire, New Jersey, New York. Is there another new that I'm forgetting?
No, but there's Maine, Pennsylvania,
Connecticut,
Massachusetts, Rhode Island,
yeah,
and even Maryland, which we have not been to in our RV yet.
yeah. So we're basically trying to hit all the spots in the RV because we have one of those silly stickers of the U.S. map on the outside, and we want to make sure we can stick the state in. And the requirement of that is not that you pass through it, but you have to at least stay the night in
Spend the
that
night
state.
and
Night
eat a meal.
and a meal. Yes, that's correct.
And of course, you have your bottle cap map behind you as well, which is,
Oh yeah,
it does look like the Northeast has been filled, but that's just because there's not a lot of spaces.
It's part of space. I'll move the mic if you are watching on the Facebook Live or YouTube. If this is going to work, I don't know how good the internet is, but yeah, I have this bottle cap map, and obviously it's really hard to squeeze in all these states up on this side over to, where you got the bigger states on the Midwest and whatnot. There's multiple bottle caps on each state. So I got to figure out where I'm going to put what states and what caps. That'll be,
I just hope you
it'll be a
find
puzzle in itself.
I just hope you find bottle caps, because I know we struggled in some states that there just wasn't bottles. You had to sometimes create a
Yeah,
bottle.
I was gonna say. So Alabama, I made that one. I took a label off of this one was an actual bottle cap, and that label from that thing. This one over here from Arkansas, I actually just cut that logo off of a can and then just glued it to a bottle cap.
Oh,
I did the same with this one from Idaho. No, what is that? What state is that?
we're
That's
not
Idaho,
sure.
right?
I think it is Idaho.
And then this one is another one of the labels where I glued it. That one, what is that? It says it's got a bridge on it. I don't know.
I think that's West Virginia, isn't it?
Could it be?
And it was
Oh yeah, because I did have to
the
make one for West Virginia. Yeah, you're right.
The Alabama one, that reminds me of that beer. Like, that was the pinnacle of was it a stout or a port? I think it was maybe a porter. It was the raspberry white chocolate. It was the most delicious drink ever.
You've been chasing that dragon ever since. Any beer that had white chocolate,
I'm all over it.
she's just been like, that's been the best. And we have found a couple since then. That white chocolate pretzel beer that D9 was making. Haven't been able to get our hands on. So I just finished this was the CL.
Cilantro lime.
Yeah, it was all right. Maybe a 3.75. This is where was this? The patty one?
Mr. Pat.
I don't know what this one is, but we'll drink it now.
So it's
How was
an
your-
Abbey Ale.
Is yours? What is the pineapple? Can you taste the pineapple and stuff? You like that?
Yeah, you can definitely taste a little bit of pineapple. It's probably not as fruity as I would usually like beers to be, but I mean, it's going down. It's not. It's certainly not unpleasant. That's for sure. So
Yeah.
And I love how it's all fresh. Like, all the herbs are fresh.
Yeah, it's a herb farm,
Herb.
not
You do
herb.
know it's herb.
There is an H there, isn't there? But we're doing this Harvest Host thing, and I'm guessing a number of our spots are going to be Harvest Host. Thankfully, breweries are on there, so I think we're going to be doing a couple other breweries, and hopefully, I'll have a couple other owners or brewers or whatever. So basically, I mean, there's an Airstream right across from us. Right next to us is another, like, I guess it's a pull behind, not a fifth wheel, and it's basically just different breweries, farms, wineries, whatever that has room for you to park and stay over the night. And obviously you're encouraged to go in and buy some beer or whatever.
Well, it's mandatory. You have to go in and buy.
It is well, it makes sense. I mean, you would anyway. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
Of course you would.
But the late Billy was saying that the Harvest Host is really what kept them going through COVID. When there wasn't a lot of people just visiting from the town.
Well, and not only that, because you probably couldn't even be inside or anything. I meant to ask her, like, were people just coming and then
sitting on the porch?
Yeah, I guess you had to probably be outside. Oh, it's a father and son throwing the football, and the dad's got a beer in his hand. I like it. This is my kind of
I don't know
place.
if you can see it in the window.
I guess you could spin it. You could probably, yeah, there he is.
Oh,
yeah, right out by the Airstream. So where are you most excited to go out of all the states, or is there any spot that because all right, so I drive BB plans. You've booked, we're going to be out for 5 weeks, and you've planned every single spot. So is there one in particular that you're really looking forward to?
Yes, I'm really looking forward to getting up to Acadia National Park. Obviously a lot of our
Maine, right? Is
up
that
in
as far
Maine.
north as we're going?
That's going to be as far north as we'll go, yeah. And obviously a lot of our big trip was centered around visiting the national parks, which were all just so beautiful and glorious. Like I don't think there was a national park that we did not enjoy.
I do like national
So
parks. Take a sip of
right.
this. This is interesting. I still don't know exactly what that is, but it was the Abbey Ale, they called it.
Oh yeah, it's kind of sweet.
Yeah, a little sweet.
Oh, she did say there was some
Like a
caramel in it or
caramel.
something.
I
Yeah.
thought she said caramel raisin something. I don't know. The bartender, I think she said it was her fourth day here. So
And she didn't drink beer.
yeah, she doesn't drink beer, and she was like looking at a cheat sheet. She didn't really didn't have a full grasp on the beer. So when we went back for that second round and Billy went around to explain everything to us, we were flying a little bit blind. But anyway, I would definitely. I mean, I was talking with Billy about it. One of the things that I think is really great about Virginia beer, and we'll see. You know, obviously we're going to venture to different states, but she was saying we're up to 500 some breweries, and I do want to say that I think that craft beer wise, Virginia is one of the better states. I know there's craft beers blowing up everywhere and whatnot, but I mean it's definitely, I think we have some of the best. We have quality and quantity is what I would say, which is pretty good. I know there's a lot of crap breweries out there, and frankly, you know, there's some that are probably in this state, but this one, they're at least experimenting and trying different stuff. There's no shortage of beers to try here. I mean, with 30 different beers on tap or whatever it was, like you're definitely going to find something you're going to like.
Yeah, and
Even you, because you're pretty particular with the beer styles you like.
very particular, but I'll definitely drink this and a couple other ones you've given me as well. Like this, very nice. And in fact, when we were looking at the reviews of this place, one of the reviews was a guy saying it's like one of the first breweries he's been to where his wife's taste is,
Yeah, she likes more beer
over his.
Yeah, all right. So that's interesting. So yeah, so this is the first of, I guess it'll be 4. We got 4 more Brewsday Tuesdays we're going to be doing from the road. I'm hoping to have interviews lined up. I'm sure 1 or 2 of them it'll be me and checking in with Big Nate, seeing how he's doing back at the station and making sure everything doesn't burn down or whatever. And yeah, we're just going to be
He's
on the
probably
road.
a lot happier and healthier without you leading him astray every week, I would say.
Oh, I don't know about that. We'll see. We'll see. So all right, well, typical format, Brewsday Tuesday, untap the beers. Although I guess I still have a couple more to drink. Is there anything you want to talk about? I still got a couple of flights over here, flight to work on.
Well, I was just going to ask you what your favorite state you think is going to be.
First, what was this one? This is the one that says, oh, this is the rosemary orange.
Rosemary orange.
We'll see how this one goes. I don't know about this one.
And actually, before you answer it, what in your mind are you using as your guide to what would be your best state? Is it just simply how many breweries you're excited to go to in that state?
It could be. Could be. I don't know. Maine, I am looking forward to Maine. I've never been to Maine, and it's supposed to be really nice. We're going to be getting there a good time of the year, I think, to be there. The national park's going to be exciting. I know that there's good beer up there. Maine Beer Company, hoping to make a pit stop there. And I know, like, I was never really big on seafood, but we try and do like 2, we call them veg days, but essentially seafood counts as a veg day.
Pescatarian days.
Pescatarian days. There you go. And so I think that those, I mean, shoot, that might even be, it might flip flop. We might do only 2 meat days when we're up there. Cause I mean, the seafood is supposed to be fantastic up that way.
Is it Maine lobsters?
Gotta get some lobster. Who was talking about, Nate was talking about, what was it? Clam pizza or something.
Oh yeah,
I don't know, some different, some crazy pizzas or something. I don't know. We'll have to try some of that. So I think Maine will be really cool, and I think Vermont will be really nice. I've never been to Vermont, so I'm looking forward to seeing what that's all about. And which I think New Hampshire, because I think this is one of the things I remember most about it. I hope I'm getting the right state. You're gonna love this. Doesn't have sales tax.
Oh, the dream.
Yeah, and it's like you go to buy something, and that's the actual just cost.
That's the price.
What a novel concept. So that'll be fun. Oh, but unfortunately, Jersey, they're the only state where you still have to have a gas attendant. Oregon just changed that. So
That's
now
right.
New Jersey is, so we'll try not to fill up in New Jersey because this can be awkward, man. With this. So by the way, we filled up today and didn't even fill it up. We just put 50 gallons in and it took what, 13 minutes?
Oh my gosh.
Could you imagine sitting there for like, if we had to fill it up 20 minutes with some guy just like.
I actually thought that
do you-
you'd forgotten to, put the catch on so that it just kept pumping. I thought you'd come back and realize that it like
I don't know if it was just a slow pump, but no joke, it was like 13 or 14 minutes of straight
we
pumping
were there
gas.
forever.
50 gallons. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a difficult first leg of our journey. I feel we had traffic issues and
Yeah. What's a holiday weekend? Happy 4th of July, by the way.
Thank you. And you.
Yeah. We're celebrating America the right way, drinking some beer.
Yeah, you're celebrating your independence from me and my people.
Well, with
You left
independent,
us.
independent craft beer.
Oh.
Yeah, but I mean,
It was in Scotland. We were
guys had
fighting our
no-
own
yeah,
wars.
Yeah, you guys are doing your own thing. I'm worried about that. Your own deal. The rosemary one.
The rosemary one, can I try that one actually?
Yeah,
Because
orange rosemary. Do that, and then I'll
Yeah.
just take a quick sip. This is the last one, the Dunkel. This one's almost got a little smokiness to it.
this is really nice, actually. I like this one.
Or you can finish
This has
that
a
one.
really nice.
That one was all right.
baked
I'll give
flavor.
that one like a 4 because it's unique. Maybe even a 4.25. Oh yeah, I do need to try this
You
one.
need to try the pineapple.
This the Dunkel. The Dunkel's got some smokiness to it. I kind of like that.
Well, the guy at the bar was a big
425.
proponent of the Dunkel.
He said it tastes like Boddington's.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's right.
Oh, that's not bad. The
Yeah,
pineapple one.
nice, refreshing.
They're all pretty decent. They're all right around a 4, I would say.
Yeah, I agree.
They're all pretty good. All right. Well, I think that's maybe a wrap on Brewsday Tuesday. We will I think that might even be a wrap for the show. So I might as well take the time to thank our Brewsday Tuesday sponsor, of course, the Cellar Restaurant and Six Pack Store. Looking forward to getting back there, and I might even bring a beer or two from my travels to Mikey. I'm sure he'll appreciate that. But also our just the trip sponsors. We got McAdoo's hopped on board, so thanks to those guys. And obviously, speaking our language, a great sponsor. We have Johnson Family RV. So
Yay.
shout out to you guys. Thank you so much. We will take a quick break and back to the tunage right here on 105.3 The Bear. See ya.
See ya.